Citizens of the United States, you need to understand what the bill ACTA is and why it's so dangerous. Here are some things you need to know about ACTA. It isn't the European SOPA, it's nearly global, and will apply to every country that signs the treaty. ACTA is far more aggressive. ACTA will not simply affect websites and have them blocked out of the internet. Its measures go as far as surveillance of anything you share through private channels. ACTA doesn't have a campaign against it that is as widespread and organized as the SOPA one. This is dangerous, and there's less time between now and the final signing of the bill. It has effects on healthcare, trade, and even tourism. ACTA has to be stopped. Let's start spreading the word and organizing a good, solid response to it. We are Legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. We are anonymous. Expect us.
There are two bills currently being considered by Congress, the Stop Online Piracy Act in the House and the Protect IP Act in the Senate. These bills were intended to address online copyright infringement, but rather than narrowly targeting large-scale commercial infringement, these bills are overly broad and would have far-reaching consequences for the websites and services people use every day. Under existing copyright law, websites have what is known as safe harbor. So something you might use every day, such as Twitter, Facebook, or where you host your blog, is not responsible for the content you upload. This gives you the space to have free expression, to discuss what you want without fear that the website operator is going to monitor, going to censor, or somehow limit what you would like to say. However, under the provisions of the Protect IP Act and under SOPA, this safe harbor could have been undermined, where copyright holders could go directly to payment processors and pressure those services to stop providing financial services to a website if they thought that website was hosting pirated material. What's been amazing about the internet has been development of online communities, places where people have blogs like Tumblr, like Blogger, and social networks where users feel free to discuss what's on their mind, share political thoughts, and build their social relationships. However, some of the concerns that were raised under the SOPA and the Protect IP Act has been that these websites could be shut down or could be limited because of the actions of a few users. If some users were found to be sharing pirated content, there would be fears that copyright holders might pressure the Attorney General, might pressure the courts, might pressure private financial services to stop providing the lifeblood of these websites. It was incredible this week, simply the sheer number of users that spoke out concerned about how these bills would impact their daily lives online. We had 10,000 websites that were blacked out or had notices on their websites concerned about the bill. Google had 7.5 million people sign a petition. I think the numbers I saw were around 192 million page views for information about the Stop Online Piracy Act, about the Protect IP Act, and the concerns it would raise for the internet community. It's amazing simply the diversity of users, the diversity of groups, and the diversity of companies that are concerned about these bills. Internet engineers have spoken out, warning that the technical provisions that were included in the Protect IP Act and in SOPA would have dire consequences for online security. You have venture capitalists that are concerned about how these bills raise the startup costs for new businesses online. Wikipedia is concerned about how these bills could give private actors the ability to pressure Wikipedia to possibly censor or block unwanted content, even if it's factually true, even if it's citable from their pages. You have human rights groups that are concerned about how these bills would not only undermine free speech online, but also undermine the U.S. moral authority to criticize internet censorship regimes abroad. Both the Protect IP Act and SOPA had a fair amount of sponsorship and original support in their respective chambers of Congress. I think a lot of people on the Hill recognized that they did not understand the dire consequences these bills had, and they needed to go back to the drawing board to actually make sure that they're not going to infringe on free speech online. We've seen in the House is that the markup that was originally proposed for this week for the Stop Online Piracy Act has been delayed until a future date. The Protect IP Act was originally up for a motion vote next Tuesday. After the protest this Wednesday, a lot of senators drew back their support, and now that vote has even been delayed.
The internet is one of the United States' most robust and growing industries. It enables free and open communication among billions, and it's been the backbone for protests around the world. But a new bill proposes we give the power to censor the internet to the entertainment industry. It's called Protect IP, and here's how it works. Private corporations want the ability to shut down unauthorized sites where people download movies, TV shows, and music. Since most of these sites are outside U.S. jurisdiction, Protect IP uses a couple different tactics within American borders. Firstly, it gives the government the power to make U.S. internet providers block access to infringing domain names. They can also sue US-based search engines, directories, or even blogs and forums to have links to these sites removed. Secondly, Protect IP gives corporations and the government the ability to cut off funds to infringing websites by having US-based advertisers and payment services cancel those accounts. In a nutshell, that's what Protect IP will try to do, but in all likelihood, it'll do something else altogether. For starters, it won't stop downloaders. You'll still be able to access a blocked site just by entering its IP address instead of its name. What Protect IP will do is cripple new startups because it also lets companies sue any site they feel isn't doing their filtering well enough. These lawsuits could easily bankrupt new search engines and social media sites. And Protect IP's wording is ambiguous enough that important social media sites could become targets. Lots of trailblazing websites could look like piracy havens to the wrong judge. Tumblr, SoundCloud, and early YouTube, wherever people express themselves, make art, broadcast news, or organize protests, there's plenty of TV footage, movie clips, and copyrighted music mixed in. And even if you trust the US government not to abuse their new power to censor the net, what about the countries that follow in our path and pass similar laws? People around the world will have very different internets, and unscrupulous governments will have powerful tools to hinder free expression. But perhaps most dangerously, Protect IP will meddle with the inner workings of the net. Experts believe by fiddling with the web's registry of domain names, the result will be less security and less stability. In short, Protect IP won't stop piracy, but it will introduce vast potential for censorship and abuse while making the web less safe and less reliable. This is the internet we're talking about. It's a vital and vibrant medium, and our government is tampering with its basic structure so people will maybe buy more Hollywood movies. But Hollywood movies don't get grassroots candidates elected. They don't overthrow corrupt regimes, and the entire entertainment industry doesn't even contribute that much to our economy. The internet does all these and more. Corporations already have tools to fight piracy. They have the power to take down specific content, to sue peer-to-peer software companies out of existence, and to sue journalists just for talking about how to copy a DVD. They have a history of stretching and abusing their powers. They tried to take a baby video off YouTube just for the music playing in the background. They've used legal penalties written for large-scale commercial piracy to go after families and children. They even sued to ban the VCR and the first MP3 players. So the question is, how far will they take all this? The answer at this point is obvious. As far as we'll let them. Since we made this video, Protect IP has gotten much worse and is set up for quick passage. Now, the government and corporations could block any site, foreign or domestic, just for one infringing link. Sites like YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook would have to censor their users or get shut down, since they become liable for everything users post. And ordinary users could go to jail for 5 years for posting any copyrighted work, even just singing a pop song.
Hey guys, it's your girlfriend Keisha. I know I don't look regular. I just got out of the shower and I don't have my hat or my sombrero. Some little poofy bitch took it, you know, with the brown hair. But anyways, that's not important right now. What's important right now is the bill that Congress is considering passing. And you know how that makes me feel? It makes me feel fucking angry. Fuck the congressman who came up with this stupid ass bill. First of all, it's a bill where it's gonna censor the internet. If you need information, just go like on Google and search up SOPA. It's gonna censor everything. It's gonna censor ads, so which means PayPal and AdSense will have to close out their accounts. Google is gonna lose a lot of money, and it's not gonna make a lot of people happy. I'm faux shizzle. fuck you, congressman who came up with this bill. This is the shittiest bill you guys have ever came up with. Like, faux shizzle. Why are you gonna go changing it now when it's like, I don't know how many years later after the internet started, but it's been like this for a long time. Don't you start changing stuff. No. That is not how it works. So if you want to oppose against this bill, you go sign a petition. There's one on Google, so you can go sign that. And first of all, there's a lot of people on YouTube that use YouTube partners and like AdSense and stuff to get income for their families. You gonna cut that off because of your crappy little bill? I don't think so. That is absolute bull crap. You can take your little bill and rip it up. I don't care. I will not live in a world where the internet is censored. Okay? Okay. That is all I have to say. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.